Good night.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies. Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village, erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the Elder. Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
You knew then?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gambit. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
Fortin did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir. A threat to his power before his birth was known. The prince's survival, his complete disappearance. This was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms. I must begin my own preparations. If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
Yes, of course.
No hesitation at all. You've really grown out there.
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, and give him hell.
Let's head there.
Can we talk?
Just sublime.
Let's go see. Let's go see. Let's go see. Let's go see.
Just
Let's go see.
sublime.
Let's go see. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Just sublime.
Let's go. 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 Let's go see.
Just sublime.
He doesn't look like him.
All right then.
Well, stranger things have happened. Okay? And what is it you want?
All right then.
Let's go.
slower.
You bloody fool.
This heat is insufferable.
Say there.
I'm chuffed. Right.
Ready?
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are. I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me, as a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight. Woo! Live free, crier! Fight the power! Very good. Let's begin, shall we? The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength, worthy of our new king.
Your Highness, you can win! Give Luis the boot!
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Any time now. Any time. Whoa, over there! It's Luis's gauntlet runner! And so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general. Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne. Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna among them. The time has come to demonstrate his power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run. This all began with the king's failures. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
The intellect to resolve everything.
Can intellect alone protect the people? In the end, words are nothing against power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! Milord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness, show us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
We have only one thing to say. Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain. Hear this! Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words. Come then, and act your part in this showdown. I have a new world to build, and you will die in its name.
The time has come.
Fight us
We're
out.
finishing this. Here and now.
There's no escape.
Let justice
Well done!
Might have called it.
I call upon royal power within!
All right! Can you endure it? Come, accept my challenge.
Strength is fading.
I strike to kill!
Oh, bloody hell!
I strike to kill!
Strong.
power! Well done! There's no attack!
Are you prepared?
You better be ready.
Nice, Basilio.
Defy
That's what they get when things mess with you. Nice hit.
I call upon royal power within!
I see. It would appear you have the mettle to defend your claims. Then I need not hold back either. I will annihilate you! Can you endure it?
Hit hard.
Down.
I strike
Someone
to
get
kill!
him. Oh,
I strike to kill!
Everyone,
Strong.
forgive
Someone
me.
get him back on his feet.
Just the thing.
I'll pay you back double.
Stroll got
I will
knocked
fight
out.
with pride.
Can anyone get him back on his feet?
Let's try this.
I live to see another day.
Can you endure it?
Bloody you've done it!
So
still
try to
fight.
heal up. Someone help him back up.
Here!
Throw her
I
down.
won't die easily.
Anyone get on healing duty.
This one.
You need help. I owe you.
Trust me.
Strive, pull yourself together.
I will annihilate you! Can you endure it? I strike to kill!
Not you!
Come, accept my challenge!
What was that?
What?
Basilio's looking pretty rough.
I strike
Don't
to
push
kill!
yourself too hard, okay? Basilio's
Come
about to
forth,
collapse.
royal sword!
Get him healed up.
There is no
No
escape!
holding back!
Well done!
Nice
I
one,
won't die
Stroll.
easily.
All right!
Nice, Basilio.
You defy the
That's
rule
what
of
they
strength.
get when they
Then
mess
die
with
by
you.
Thanks.
Helpful as ever. Thanks.
Merchant!
Merchant! Bunch of ailments slowing you down, Captain.
You better be ready.
Good! Very good. Yours is a worthy power, one untainted by petty tactics or cheap tricks. However, magnificent! You truly have become more powerful. But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
Humankind?
Because he's elder, you would call him a monster.
You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History, as told by the Sanctus Church, is a fiction. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history. One that told of ancient times where the land was ruled by a far different people.
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Yufa! Don't humor him.
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods. They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race, now lost. Wielders of true magic. The modern age saw them called Elder, shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as humankind.
I thought humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to say now?
Luis, you dog!
Your lies will soil His Highness's name no longer.
You believe it false? What would I stand to gain from lies?
Elder are actually humankind? Why wouldn't I know that?
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery. In truth, he is humankind. He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their wake.
He doesn't know when to give up. No one would believe this madness.
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the proof. You, boy, who call yourself the prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia is built.
Utopia?
What's happening?
What ails him?
Witness the truth! Good people, you would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is!
He's a monster! It's a human! It's going.
The truth of the humans is laid bare. They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true! It has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster! It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet, the aura of Magla, it's exactly like a human's.
He's not!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this! Ah!
Afraid. Be not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true fate. In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the power of that man. The time has come. Thou must face the truth deepest within thee.
What's that about?
Remember again thy true self, the purpose of thy birth.
An ideal world. Even if reality crushes everything I believe in, even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through. It's always been that way. Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there to help me through it. After all, you're mine.
up! Wake up! Hey!
Are you well?
Yeah, I think so.
Phew. You seem coherent at least. We saw you take on a terrible, monstrous form. We knew not what to do.
You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was eating away at your body and mind, but I've managed to suppress it. He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell. I don't know if he can withstand the same magic a second time.
I will not let you die.
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. None remain to oppose me. Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay the monster and avenge your people?
Shut up!
Unfortunately, the prince is finished either way. Both this imposter and the true prince at death's door, deep in the woods.
The true prince? You bastard! What have you done?
Bloody hell! Is that why he called us here? It was all just a bloody distraction!
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish, but I advise you run fast if you would outpace your hunters.
Seize the monster! I don't care if you have to kill it!
Attention now. This looks dire.
How could you deceive us? I knew all along that filthy lowborn was hiding something. Monster!
We retreat to our gauntlet runner. We must find him safe haven to rest.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess. We've no safe haven left.
Gallica, we've only got one option now. I'm worried about the prince too.
I know. We'll head to my home, and the prince's refuge. The Elden Sanctum.
Count Luis has saved the country! He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it! Count Luis is our true savior!
Sounds like we've got our next king, then.
Might as well fall in with him. He'll keep us safe from any humans at the very least.
They'll be all right, won't they?
That boy is no monster. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Luis! What the hell did he do? Stay safe out there, boy.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic. What a terrifying force.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight's over.
Why?
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the gauntlet runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince. No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse, too.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must hurry on.
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth. The ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the right here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along too.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into that thing. I apologize. My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
I don't blame you. It certainly caught me by surprise.
And here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here, we're never getting out.
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight Mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. But I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way. Huh? This looks like... Who are you?
Are you all right?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elder tribe.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
They're not! There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcest? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
Yes, over there. What? That...
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. Now...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Then we move.
I don't like this. Russell? You're safe!
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red-dressed knight. Are you the Royal Guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis. From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
An innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you? 'Tis just as St. Rilla said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
I'm a little worried.
It
It's nearly time. Long have I waited. You must hurry. The time has come. All was for this day. There is still time.
This way.
No, Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruide. It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruide.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes, even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. And it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... No, it can't be. And yet...
Is something amiss, Milady Gruide? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee. Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this. His life is not yet ended.
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course. Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Luis, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince
is no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive, so from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus, his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind and think, to name but a few. Thy parents? Memories of thy youth? Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent? Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I just don't remember.
Then search thy mind. Thou knowest the truth in thy heart, surely. Thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay. The words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey. The friendships made. The trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences, wert to prepare thee for this day. To share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
Do you mean...
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission, and end it here.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I am... the prince.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey! What's going on?
What awaits us now?
Hark, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
What? What is this?
What's happened? Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice... I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you? Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance, the boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose, a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No. But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day, when our dearest wish is fulfilled. As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved. And so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? How do you feel?
I feel fine, I think.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself, but I also sense His Highness within him.
Everyone? I need to tell you something. The truth is...
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was... this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Then, that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Drakadios.
A mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself. Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure magla.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that it was not merely pretense to claim the prince's name? He truly was His Highness all along?
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince? Please, please forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you when you needed me most. And more, despite being a member of your Royal Guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's right, you know. If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
This time, I will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life. I swear to it.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
You can just keep, calling me Captain.
No, Your Highness! With all respect, I must object.
This is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we ballet call him, so listen to him, eh? What?
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Well, that is, I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
So much for acting same as always.
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it real. He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self, in all senses. No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince himself.
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember, I heard a voice. Guide him, it said.
What's this all of a sudden?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just... happened, right? I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together. I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
A voice? Lady Gruade mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
I have no idea.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of somewhere not unlike these grounds.
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Chiefess Gruade, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder Tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.